Ladies and gentlemen, I need y'all to hear me on this. Too many women, too many good women are out here running after a man like he's going to come back because you texted him one more time, or you showed up one more time, or you cooked that one extra meal. Stop. Stop chasing a man. Let me tell you something. Men are hunters by nature. When you chase him, you take away his thrill. You take away his reason to want to win you. You take away his excitement. And here's the thing. When a man loses interest because you're chasing him, it's not because you're not enough. It's because you gave away your power. And ladies, your power is everything. Don't give it away just to make someone love you. Instead, live your life. Chase your dreams. Chase your purpose. Chase your goals. Focus on your growth. Focus on being the woman that you were put here to be. When a man sees you living your life, doing your thing, being happy without him, that's when he starts paying attention. That's when he realizes what he's missing. You don't need to chase. You need to show him that your life is full and amazing and that you're not waiting around for anyone to make you happy because, baby, happiness is your job, not his. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to really listen to me on this because I see it all the time. Too many women, too many good women are out here running after a man like their life depends on it. They're calling him, texting him, showing up uninvited, bending over backwards to make him happy, to keep him interested, to get him to notice them. And what happens? He loses interest. Why? Because you're chasing him. That's right. Chasing a man doesn't make him love you. It doesn't make him care more about you. It doesn't make him appreciate you. In fact, it does the opposite. It kills the very thing you're trying to build. You see, men are hunters by nature. It's how we're wired. From the beginning of time, men are wired to chase. That thrill, that feeling of pursuing something, that sense of earning a woman's attention, that's what gets us excited. But when you chase a man, when you give him everything without him having to work for it, that thrill disappears. He gets comfortable. He gets lazy. And then before you know it, he's looking somewhere else because the excitement is gone. Now, I know some of you are thinking, Steve, I just want him to love me. I just want him to see how much I care. And I get it. I understand. Love is powerful. Love is beautiful. But let me tell you something. Love without boundaries, love without self-respect, love without a life of your own is a love that loses its value. You cannot give your power away and expect to feel respected or desired. And I'm telling you, ladies, your power is everything. Your power is your confidence, your independence, your ability to stand on your own 2 feet and say, I am enough, and I am not waiting for you to make me happy. Because happiness, let me say it one more time, happiness is your job, not his. You cannot rely on a man to fill your cup. You cannot rely on someone else to give you joy or validation. You've got to find that within yourself. That's the real secret to being magnetic. That's the real secret to making a man see you in a way that makes him change instantly. I see women all the time stressing over men. They're losing sleep over texts that aren't answered, over calls that went unanswered, over social media posts that don't get liked. And while you're doing that, life is passing you by. You're missing opportunities to grow, to enjoy your friendships, to focus on your career, to pursue your dreams. And I'm telling you right now, that's the moment when you need to flip the script. Instead of chasing him, start living your life. Go after the things that light you up. Take that class you've been putting off. Travel somewhere you've been dreaming about. Start that business. Write that book. Paint that picture. Run that marathon. Whatever it is that makes your heart beat faster. Because when you start doing that, something magical happens. You become magnetic. You become irresistible. And the man who may have been taking you for granted suddenly starts to notice you. Suddenly, he sees that there's more to you than just waiting for him. Suddenly, he realizes that you're a woman of substance, of value, of purpose. And when he sees that, his whole perspective shifts. He starts to pay attention. He starts to pursue. He starts to want to be a part of your life, not because you begged him, not because you chased him, but because you showed him what he could lose. Now, let me tell you something, ladies. Living your life doesn't mean you ignore him completely. It doesn't mean you act cold or mean. It doesn't mean you play games. No, no, no. What it means is that you create a world that's bigger than him. You create a life that doesn't revolve around his moods, his attention, or his approval. You focus on yourself first. And here's the thing. Men notice that. They always do. Men are hunters, and when they see a woman who's thriving, who's confident, who has boundaries, and who isn't desperate, it sparks something inside them. They start to chase. They start to pursue. They start to appreciate the very thing that they almost lost sight of because you weren't chasing. You see, when you're constantly chasing a man, you're sending a message that your happiness depends on him. That's a scary message. That's a weak message. But when you stop chasing and start living, you're sending a message that you are strong, independent, and fulfilled. And men are drawn to that kind of energy. And don't get it twisted. This is not just about getting a man to chase you. This is about reclaiming yourself. This is about realizing your worth. This is about showing up in the world as the woman you were meant to be. And when you do that, the right man, the one who deserves you, will be the one who recognizes it. He'll see your glow, your joy, your independence, and he'll want to be a part of it. But he'll have to match your energy. He'll have to step up. And that, ladies, is how you get him to change instantly. By not chasing him at all, by living your life fully, and by being unapologetically you. So I want you to remember this. Stop chasing him. Start living your life. Focus on your dreams, your goals, your happiness. Make your world exciting and full and magnetic. Because the moment you do, you don't just change the game, you change him and you change your life in ways you never imagined. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's talk about something that is absolutely critical for every woman to understand. And I don't care who you are, this is the truth. If you don't set boundaries and respect yourself, you are giving away your power before a man even has a chance to appreciate you. I see it all the time. Women who bend over backward, women who tolerate disrespect, women who keep saying yes to things that make them uncomfortable just to keep a man around. And then, when they feel unappreciated or ignored, they start blaming themselves. They say, I don't know why he doesn't love me like I love him, or why isn't he putting in effort for me? And the answer is simple, ladies, because you never taught him to. You never set the line. You never said, this is who I am, this is what I will accept, and this is what I won't. Men are wired to respect strength. Men are wired to respect clarity. And boundaries are the clearest form of respect for yourself first. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Steve, I don't want to be mean. I don't want to scare him away. Let me tell you something. Boundaries are not mean. Boundaries are not cruel. Boundaries are not about punishing someone. No. Boundaries are about telling a man, I know my worth. I know who I am, and I will not let anyone, not even you, treat me less than I deserve. When you have those boundaries in place, something magical happens. Men start to see you differently. They start to realize that if they want to be in your life, if they want to earn your love, if they want to enjoy your attention, they have to step up. And that's what makes a man change instantly. Not begging, not chasing, but knowing that you're a woman with standards. Let me give you an example because I want you to really feel this. I was talking to a young woman the other day, and she said, Steve, I feel like every man I like just takes me for granted. I give so much and they don't appreciate it. And I said, girl, do you have boundaries? She looked at me like I had three heads. She's boundaries? I don't even know what that means. I said it means knowing what you will tolerate and what you won't. It means knowing when to say no. It means standing firm even when it's uncomfortable. I told her, if you don't teach a man how to treat you, don't be surprised when he treats you however he wants. And that hit her. She realized she had been giving her love freely to men who weren't showing up for her, and she had never made them earn it. The moment she started setting boundaries, things changed. Suddenly, men started respecting her time, appreciating her effort, and yes, even chasing her in a way that they never did before. Now, let me be real with you. Setting boundaries is not easy. It's not comfortable. Because sometimes when you first start setting limits, the men in your life are going to push back. They're going to test you. They're going to act like they don't care, or they're going to try to guilt you, or even get angry. But here's the thing. That's part of the process. That's how you know your boundaries are real. That's how you know you're doing it right. Because when a man truly cares about you, he will adjust. He will respect the line you draw. He will rise to meet your standards. And when he does that, when he steps up, you will see a change in him that is instant, powerful, and undeniable. Boundaries are also sexy. Yeah, I said it. Sexy. There is nothing more attractive than a woman who knows her value, who will not settle for less, who has standards and sticks to them. Men are drawn to that because deep down, every man wants to be with a woman who respects herself. They want to be with the woman who challenges them in the right way. They want to be with a woman who has her own life, her own goals, and isn't desperate for validation. When you have boundaries, you are sending a powerful message. I love myself enough to protect my heart. I love myself enough to demand respect. I love myself enough to make you earn me. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is irresistible. And here's the kicker. Setting boundaries isn't just about men. It's about your life in general. It's about showing up as the woman you were meant to be for yourself first. Because when you respect yourself, you teach the world how to respect you. And when men see that, they are inspired to be better. They are inspired to step up. They are inspired to treat you the way you deserve. And yes, I'm telling you, the change is instant. The moment you stop tolerating disrespect, the moment you stop lowering your standards, the moment you start standing firm and saying, this is who I am and I'm not compromising, men start to notice. Men start to act differently. Men start to pursue differently. Men start to appreciate differently. So remember this, boundaries are not obstacles. Boundaries are not punishments. Boundaries are your power. Boundaries are your self-respect made visible. And when you have them, you are teaching men a lesson they can't learn any other way, that your love is not free, your attention is not free, and your time is precious. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you make a man change instantly, by standing firm, by respecting yourself, and by never compromising your worth for anyone. Ladies and gentlemen, now listen to me, because this is one of the most powerful things a woman can do in a relationship. Be mysterious, be unpredictable. Let me tell you something. Too many women think they have to lay everything out on the table, tell a man everything about themselves, every thought, every feeling, every move they're going to make. And what happens? He gets bored. He loses interest. Men love mystery. Men thrive on the unknown. Men are hunters by nature. We love the chase. We love the excitement of figu. Wring something out, of earning it, of discovering a woman layer by layer. When you make yourself an open book from the very beginning, there's nothing left to discover. Nothing left to chase, and a man can start to take you for granted without even realizing it. Now, I'm not talking about playing games. I'm not talking about being manipulative. I'm talking about creating a sense of depth, a sense of intrigue, a sense of life beyond him. You see, the woman who has her own world, her own dreams, her own passions, the woman who isn't constantly available and predictable, that woman commands attention. That woman commands respect. And that woman, without even trying too hard, can make a man change instantly. Why? Because suddenly he realizes he doesn't have control over you. Suddenly he realizes that if he wants to be part of your life, he has to step up. He has to earn your time, your affection, and your love. And when a man starts realizing that, it lights a fire in him. Let me give you a real-life example. I know this young lady, beautiful, confident, smart as a whip. She was with a man for a little while, and he started getting lazy, taking her for granted. She didn't chase him. She didn't beg. She didn't plead. Instead, she went about her life, focused on her career, her friends, her hobbies, and just living. She started being a little unpredictable in her energy. Sometimes she would be all in with him, and sometimes she would step back, giving him the space to notice what he was missing. And what happened? That man completely changed. He began pursuing her in ways he hadn't before. He began appreciating her in ways he hadn't before. And all she did was remain true to herself, remain a little mysterious, remain a woman with her own life. That, my friends, is the power of being unpredictable. That, my friends, is the power of being mysterious. Here's another T. Hing. Mystery is not just about being unavailable. It's about having layers. It's about having a life that isn't defined by a man's presence. It's about having stories, experiences, passions, and quirks that he can't fully figure out overnight. Men love a challenge. We love figuring things out. We love discovering. We love peeling back the layers to see the woman underneath. And when you give a man just enough to keep him curious, just enough to keep him wondering, just enough to keep him on his toes, you create a magnetic energy that's impossible to resist. Suddenly, he's not just interested in being with you, he's invested in discovering you, learning from you, understanding you, and that changes everything. And let me tell you, unpredictability doesn't mean being cold or distant. It means being authentic and alive. It means having your own passions and rhythms. It means showing a man that you are not defined by him, that your happiness, your excitement, your fulfillment, those things come from within you. When you do that, men can't help but react. They can't help but notice. They can't help but shift their behavior to match your energy. And this isn't about manipulation. This is about creating an irresistible presence, a magnetic energy, a life that he wants to be a part of. Think about it. When a man is pursuing a woman who is unpredictable in a positive way, who has depth, who has a life of her own, who isn't constantly at his beck and call, he rises, he begins to show up differently. He begins to act differently. He begins to value her differently. And the beauty of it is that all you did was remain yourself, remain alive, and remain mysterious. That's it. That's all it takes. You don't have to chase. You don't have to beg. You don't have to explain everything. You simply live your life fully and authentically. And a man who is meant to be in your life, why? LL respond to that energy. He will change. He will step up. He will begin to appreciate you in ways he never did before. Now, I know some of you are thinking, Steve, I don't want to play games. And that's good. Don't play games. Don't be manipulative. Don't be someone you're not. But here's the thing. Being mysterious isn't about being fake. It's about having substance. It's about having a full life. It's about being a woman who doesn't make it easy for just anyone to have her heart. It's about being a woman who values herself, values her time, and values her energy. And when a man sees that, when a man senses that energy, something changes instantly. His perspective shifts, his behavior shifts, his desire shifts. And suddenly, he's not just a man in your life. He's a man who wants to rise to the occasion, a man who wants to meet your energy, a man who wants to be worthy of you. So, ladies and gentlemen, remember this. Being mysterious and unpredictable isn't about being difficult. It's about being magnetic. It's about living a life that is exciting, layered, and full. It's about being a woman who men want to pursue, want to cherish, want to appreciate. And when you do that, when you embody that energy, when you show up fully as yourself while keeping that spark of intrigue alive, a man will change instantly. He will see you differently. He will act differently. He will pursue differently. And that, my friends, is the power of being mysterious. That, my friends, is the power of living a life that's authentically yours while letting him discover every incredible layer along the way. Ladies and gentlemen, now this is the part that I want you to really listen to, because it is absolutely critical if you want a man to value you, respect you, and change his behavior for the better. Too many women make the mistake of making a man comfortable, and I'm not talking a comfortable life. I'm talking about making him comfortable in the relationship in a way that kills desire. Let me explain. When you make a man comfortable, when you're always available, when you give everything freely without him having to earn it, when you never say no, when you never challenge him, when you never have boundaries, what happens? He stops trying. That's right. He stops pursuing. He stops putting in effort. He stops valuing you. Why? Because he already knows that no matter what he does, you're going to be there. He already knows that he doesn't have to work to keep you. And when a man doesn't have to work, his desire fades. His motivation disappears. He loses that fire. And that, ladies, is the problem. Let me give you a real example, something I've seen over and over again. I know a woman, beautiful, smart, driven, amazing in every way. She was in a relationship with a man and she loved him deeply. But she made one critical mistake. She made him comfortable. She never challenged him. She never said no. She never stood firm. She never required him to show up. She gave everything freely. And guess what happened? He started taking her for granted. He started acting lazy. He started thinking that her love, her time, her affection, her presence, all of it was guaranteed. And when that happens, ladies, You're no longer a priority. You're no longer the woman he wants to chase. You're no longer exciting to him. You've become safe, predictable, and ordinary in his eyes, and nobody wants that. Now, here's the secret. The woman who makes a man pursue her, the woman who challenges him, the woman who doesn't give herself away for free, that woman is magnetic. That woman commands respect. That woman inspires change. Because men are hunters. Men thrive on challenge. Men want to earn the woman they love. They want to show up. They want to step up and win. You make a man work for your attention. When you make him chase you, when you show him that if he wants to be with you, he's going to have to put in effort, something amazing happens. He changes instantly. His behavior changes. His attitude changes. His desire changes. That fire comes back. That spark returns. That man suddenly realizes that he cannot take you for granted. And let me tell you, there is nothing more powerful than a man who wants to be with you because he knows he has to earn it. Now, I know some of you are thinking, Steve, I don't want to be mean or distant. I don't want to play games. And I hear you. I understand. But here's the difference. This is not about being cruel. This is not about playing mind games. This is about protecting yourself. This is about teaching a man how to love you properly. This is about showing him that your love, your affection, your time, and your energy are not free. They are precious. They are valuable. And when you show a man that, when you make him pursue you, he steps up. He begins to act differently. He begins to value you differently. He begins to love you differently. And that is exactly what you want. Let me break it down further. Making a man pursue you doesn't mean ignoring him completely. It doesn't mean being unavailable 24/7. It means setting standards. It means having boundaries. It means living your life fully while letting him meet you there. It means showing up for yourself first. It means not compromising your dreams, your goals, your happiness for the sake of someone who isn't putting in the effort. And when you do that, something incredible happens. Men respond. Men notice. Men act. Men start to realize that if they want to be part of your life, if they want to earn your love, they have to step up. They have to show up. They have to chase. And that chase, ladies and gentlemen, is where desire is born. That chase is where respect is earned. That chase is where love is solidified. I want you to understand something very important. Comfort kills desire. When a man feels that he has to do nothing to win you, he stops putting in effort. He stops trying to impress you. He stops showing up. And that is the fastest way to lose a man's respect, a man's desire, and a man's attention. But when you make him pursue you, when you require him to earn your love, when you hold your standards high, something magical happens. He starts to show up in ways he never did before. He starts to take action. He starts to be the man he knows he needs to be to keep you. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get the instant change. So remember this, make him pursue you. Don't make him comfortable. Set your boundaries, protect your time, protect your energy, live your life fully and let him meet you there. Let him work for you. Let him earn your love. Let him step up and show you that he values you the way you deserve. And when you do that, you don't just change him, you change the entire dynamic of your relationship. You create a bond that is based on respect, desire, and mutual effort. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the kind of love every woman deserves and the kind of love that makes a man change instantly.